Well, a 10 wouldn't do it justice, so I have to go infinity times infinity.
Infinity times infinity?
Well, here's the thing, Skip. Anytime you're on a list with Wilt Chamberlain, there's two people on that list. There's you and Wilt Chamberlain. That's a pretty good list. A 55 and 10, and they need, 55 and 10, but he had 56 points. Yeah. Right. But here's the thing, Skip. They needed every point that he gave them. That was the thing. And he, I mean, you get 26, and you're like, damn, is this man going to get 50 points in a loss? He says, I refuse on the night that Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford, is in the building. Remember last time Aaron Donald was in the building was against Utah. He dropped, what, 37?
Well, let's get the Rams out to the crypt every night.
Cooper Kupp's next. Cooper Kupp, you're on deck, bro.
Okay.
Then Jalen Ramsey. But Skip, look, it was a great performance, a very special performance by a player that's, you know, he had his first 50-point game at the age of 20. Now he has another one at the age of 37, a 17-year gap in between. And he had it going. Put him at the 5. And, you know, Skip, the Golden State, they love the small ball. Kevon Looney played, what, 10, 12 minutes? And now you're asking an awful lot of Andrew Wiggins to say, you know what, we want you to take LeBron James one-on-one and keep him out of the lane. And once that lane opened up, he's going down. Now he's getting to the lane. Now the 3-ball. You saw late third quarter and the fourth quarter, that 3-ball started dropping. Now you at his mercy. The only thing you can look at and say, Lord have mercy, what have I done to forsaken you? Because that's what was happening. And you saw it right before your eyes. I said, keep giving it to him, Brian.
So you're going biblical.
Yeah, this was a biblical proportions. Because I knew
You're quoting Jesus on the cross. Shannon Sharpe just quoted Jesus on the cross.
No, I quoted, that's what Andrew Wiggins was saying. Because he was the one that got that 56-piece special put on him. And he's asking himself, what did I do to deserve this? When everybody's watching, you know everybody was watching. You had the world, you had everybody's undivided attention, and you got a 56 ball dropped on your head. It had to have hurt. Last 55-10 game was Shaquille O'Neal. But Shaquille O'Neal, if I'm not mistaken, got his 55-10 at 28. LeBron James got his at 37 in 60, 70, 80 days. It was special. It was really, really special, and they needed it, like you said. And what made it so special, Skip, he's what, I think the fourth guy to have that many points after the age of 37. I think Jordan had one, LeBron now, Jamal Crawford, and Kobe. It was the efficiency in which he got it. 19 of 31, 12 of 13, 6 of 11. Because you know how you do, Skip. I want to see him do it with the last 2 minutes of the game. He closed the game. He opened the game. He opened the game.
Wait. Who hit the biggest closing shot of the game?
Whoa. Oh, no. But that's what he's supposed to do. Hold on. What did Carmelo say? LeBron told me, get strong side. The very same thing that you gave Michael Jordan for. Tell Steve Kerr, you going to be open? LeBron James did that. You heard Melo. Get strong side. Melo said, I knew something was going to go down when LeBron tells me get strong side.
This was a closeout finals game. I lost perspective on that. I don't know. Silly me?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't a closeout final game, Skip. But the performance was a virtuoso. You know that. Everybody's watching knows that. That was a special performance by a very, very special basketball player.
Is it now my turn?
It's your turn.
Thank you very much. The floor is now officially mine, and I'm going to seize control of it. I will give you this. Watching LeBron score 56 was fun to watch. But I can't go any higher than an 8 because somebody at this table needs to add some perspective to what we were watching.
Okay.
LeBron James has turned into a big scorer for a bad basketball team. And that is hard for me to watch in the big picture because he is now a high-volume shooter. You realize he is averaging the second most shot attempts in the NBA right now to Luka, and it's pretty close. So LeBron is turned into a late career gunner for a team that well might miss the playoffs. When I look down the schedule, I'm just not sure what's going to happen because I don't think it's... Well, I think we're talking about LeBron James and the Lakers. The guy you said is a virtuoso, quoting Jesus on the cross. This game was biblical. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I might add a little perspective here.
Go ahead.
Do you realize that Golden State came into this game having lost 4 straight? The Lakers came into this game having lost 4 straight. Do you realize that Golden State came into this game having lost 6 out of 7? The Lakers came into this game, LeBron James Lakers, having lost 7 out of 8. And of those 7, 5 are what I call the crypt, which used to be Staples Center.
Right.
Would you believe that Golden State came into this game having lost 8 out of 10 games? Golden State is reeling. Golden State is cratering right before your very eyes. Steph Curry is in the worst three-point shooting slump of his career, and he has plummeted to his worst three-point shooting percentage of his entire storied career.
Right.
Klay Thompson has turned into a disaster. And thank you, Jeff Van Gundy, for calling Klay out, because before halftime even arrived, he just walked up the tunnel like LeBron did in Game 6 last year at Phoenix and just said, I'm out. And do you realize that Steve Kerr sat Klay Thompson until there were 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, just, I thought, to punish him, just because he said, I can't let you go back out there because you are such a disaster?
Well, he's struggling to shoot the ball. Skip, the man has been away for 2 years.
Okay, but he's been back for a good while now. And do you realize over the last 5 games that he's shooting 33% from the floor, not from 3, from the floor, and he's shooting 31% from 3. And he was nothing but a liability, as was Steph in the fourth quarter when he was 1 of 4 from 3.
But you remember that, Skip, right before the All-Star game, when they played Golden State, right before the All-Star game, it was Klay Thompson that won the game for him because he got freaky hot.
And that was when he had first come back, and all of a sudden, the reality is set in that he's not who he used to be. Golden State is not what we thought they were going to be. They're just a bad team right now. Over the last 10 games, you could argue that the 2 worst teams in pro basketball have been Golden State and the Lakers. And they managed to play on national TV on Saturday night, and you're going virtuoso?
Hold on.
How can you go virtuoso? You're going Jesus on the cross.
But here's the thing. But let me tell you why I did that. Because had they lost, you'd have gave me those same stats. Well, if LeBron James can't do it against a bad basketball team, a small basketball team, a team that's lost 7 or 8, a team that's lost this many of 10, you'd have said, well, LeBron James is not the guy anymore. He's aging right before our eyes.
Well, he is.
Now he gives you that virtuoso. Now you find a reason why not to give him credit for it.
All right, so I'm going to give him credit for this. I've told you repeatedly on this show, sitting in this seat this year, LeBron James is still the best attacker of the basket in pro basketball because he's 6 feet 9 inches and 200 and what are we going to give him? 260, 270, somewhere up in there. And he is grown man strong. And he can play bully ball with the best or worst of them. And finally, against Golden State, he said, just give me the damn basketball and let me play bully ball down low. And he started to destroy them down low. Anybody, Kuminga or Kevon Looney, you name them.
They're too light in the britches.
They're too light in the britches. And this is what I've been begging him to do. And I said, Eureka! He finally came out of his shell, out of the three-point shooting shell that he just lapses into, and says, I can do this. And to your point, he finally got hot-handed from 3. He's been pathetic from 3 all year. He came into this game shooting 34.8% from 3.
Which is an average.
Do you realize that was barely in the top 100 three-point shooters in this league going into this game? And he got a rare hot-handed. To your point, if he's playing bully ball the way he should every game, if he sets the tone down low in the paint, and then he complements it with finally actually making a few threes, he made 6 of 11. Well, all of a sudden you're saying, that's unstoppable. Okay? Well, we should have seen that all year because they had just lost 4 straight games. And in 2 of those games, he should have closed, and he couldn't because he is not a closer. And he really didn't close this game because Melo's still hit the biggest shot of the game.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. You and I both know as a guy starts to age, Michael Jordan turned into a purely jump shooter. Kobe Bryant turned into a purely jump shooter.
Michael could still play bully ball when he was 35.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. LeBron is 2 years older than that, but it takes so much out of you to do that every single possession down the court. And you're still asking him to get you. He got you 10 rebounds. And you say, well, what about his assist total? How is he going to get assists? Austin Reeves was 3 of 7. Stanley Johnson, 2 of 7. Malik Monk was 4 of 10. Taylor Horton-Tucker was 0 of 3. Avery Bradley was 0 of 2. Augustine was 2 of... So where the assists going to come from? When you're shooting with those totals, where are the assists going to come from?
Okay, I'm going to say this again. We're talking about a bad basketball team that very well might miss the play-in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about missing the play-in, not missing the whole playoff tournament, okay?
But let me ask you.
Okay, and just remember, just 2 years ago, LeBron James led this league in assists at 10.2.
Right.
He's now at what? He's plummeted down to 6.2.
Right.
So he is 4 assists a game shy of what he was just 2 years ago. Just 2 years ago, LeBron James was ranked top 10 in defensive win shares, and you were crowing about it all year. And this team led the league in defensive efficiency.
It's a totally different team.
Both 2 years ago and last year, led the whole league.
Different teams, Skip.
LeBron James is now ranked 169th in defensive individual win shares. 169th, he just doesn't even try on defense.
But
there are times I just say, well, at least try.
But let me ask you a question. Will you give me this? This is a different ball club. 2 years ago, Anthony Davis was playing at his apex. You keep saying he's a volume shooter. If LeBron James doesn't give you 30 a night, where the hell are the points coming from?
Okay, and remember, there was no AD, so I'll give you that. But on the other side, on Saturday night, there's no Draymond. And he is the guts and the glue of that team, right?
Yes.
And they don't have Wiseman, so they don't have a rim protector.
Right.
Looney does his best, but he's not.
But he's playing limited minutes, Skips. He played 13 minutes. He played 12 minutes and 31 seconds. So he basically played 13 minutes.
I got it. My point is, I miss the LeBron who led the league in assists because your team was so much better when he did what he does best. He orchestrates, he destroys. What do I always call him? He is still the best passer in basketball. And it is shocking to me that it took his 56 points to hold off a bad Golden State team at this point in the season.
The number 2 team in the West, but they're bad.
Okay, well, I just said they've lost 8 of 10 games.
And they're still the number 2 seed in the West.
Okay,
or 3 at worst now.
Because they were running away with the West. Do you like them? Do you like them? I don't like them. I don't like what I'm seeing.
But, Skip,
they play no defense.
Skip, you keep saying he was averaging 10 assists a game.
10.2. Led the league.
Okay, where is Anthony Davis in this? So who is the other? So Anthony Davis was giving you 26 and 9. So who's giving him 26 and 9? Outside of LeBron giving you 29 and 8? So where are the other points coming from? You only got 2 guys in the starting lineup. You barely got 2 guys in the starting lineup give you the production that Anthony Davis gave you when LeBron James. A lot of those assists came from what, Skip? Lob to JaVale McGee, lob to Dwight Howard. Did you see Dwight Howard against the Clippers? Zubas and Hartenstein ran him off the court. They ran him off the court.
You know who ran you and LeBron off the court? Reggie Bleepin Jackson.
Yes.
He shot you right out of the gym. He made LeBron look foolish.
How do you make LeBron leave? LeBron didn't guard him?
He took the game over in ways LeBron could not. They lost by 21.
Think about this. The Lakers are a bad basketball team, so it doesn't count. See what you did?
They lost to the Pelicans by 28.
Hold on.
And you're over there crowing about 56 points?
The Pelicans beat the Suns.
Yeah, the Pelicans almost beat the Nuggets last night. They took them all the way to overtime.
Thank you.
And they're the team that is breathing down your neck from the 10 seed.
All that being said, so there was nothing special about a 30. So when was the last?
Okay, I'm going to give you this. What if I beat the table over here for? You got to get to the free throw line. You cannot be afraid to shoot the free throws. And what did he finally do? He got to the line a season high. We're pretty deep in the season, 13 times.
Yes.
But more important, he made 12. He hasn't made 12 free throws in 2 years.
Yes.
We've had to go 2 full years since he made 12 free throws. What do I keep telling you? The best thing about LeBron this year is that he's tried 82 different free throw routines.
He's kept this routine. He's kept this routine pretty much the whole year.
I don't know. Somebody should ask him. I wish I could ask him. How did you arrive at this? Did somebody suggest it? Did a coach? Did a player? Did somebody say, hey, think about this. Simplify it. Just boil it down to its essence. Take one huge deep breath and exhale. Then one big hard dribble, and then just let it go. Don't even think about it. Don't do this. Don't do this. I don't know. Just let it fly. And if we could just quickly see, this was beautiful. This was the joy of the night to me, was to watch him make 12 free throws if we have them, please. This is LeBron at his best right now at age 37. They're called free throws. I don't love him at the late game free throw line because he runs from that. But if he just can just stand there and stroke those look good. That's the best free throw shooting I've seen him in 19 years do consistently.
But Skip, would you concede this?
Yeah.
He's gotten to the rim 70 more times than Joel Embiid. Mm-hmm. But Joel Embiid has gotten 300 more calls.
Okay. So, I can't explain that except that...
the Shaq syndrome.
But the refs get tired of LeBron turning every time to them and saying...
Well, that's what Skip.
You know, and they're like, just stop it. Just go down. And how many times do we see LeBron do this and not go down and play defense? Yeah. He just stands and he won't go back.
Skip, all the greats have done that. Nikola Jokic does it every time. Joel Embiid, Jordan, Kobe, everybody. The only guy that really didn't complain about fouls is Shaq. Shaq said, y'all not going to call foul? Okay, I'm going to make you call offensive foul because I'm finna wipe everybody out on the opposing team. But Skip, the guy's 37 years of age. He's in year 19. He has the second most minutes on that body in NBA history. Mm-hmm. And he just gave you that.
Okay. Did they not need that?
Yes.
He said desperately. Were they not owed that game from him? Because he's been pathetic. By your standards, he has been pathetic.
Skip, he's giving you 30 a night. But you know what it comes down to? It comes down to guys making shots because we've seen LeBron have mid-30s, high 30 ball games, and that same shot that Melo made, he missed. That same shot that Austin Reeves banked in at 105, he missed. So now, at some point in time, even on a critical juncture, when a guy goes off for numbers like that, you're going to need somebody to make shots or a couple of shots down the stretch.
Okay. This is why he owed you 56 on Saturday night against a bad basketball team.
Not a bad basketball team. They're just struggling right now. They're going through 10?
And you're not saying it's a bad basketball team?
Skip, they're still the number 3 team in the West.
Okay, they have plummeted. They were running away with the West.
Well, when Draymond went down, obviously Draymond is a big deal to them.
Just because we were on quote-unquote vacation, I hate the word, I got to hark back to the first Clippers game, which was a week ago Friday night.
Right.
Down the stretch, they're down 1 point with just a few seconds left, with 4 seconds left. And LeBron gets the ball on the wing. We won't watch this, but the point is he could have just attack and get to the free throw line, and he let the double team. He dribbled until they came to him. Then he flips it to Carmelo to take a 3. They're only down 1. And Carmelo's like, me? You want me to shoot this now?
Just like he did last night, just like he did on Saturday night.
But Carmelo was waiting for LeBron just to drive it and get fouled and get to the free throw line. All you got to do is make 1 of 2 to tie the game.
Melo panicked because, first of all, he didn't need to shoot a 30-footer for the very same reason that you mentioned. You're only down 1. You weren't down 2.
Okay, and then LeBron got another shot to tie from the corner, a fadeaway, and it was a high degree of difficulty. But you think he's a great three-point shooter, and he almost airballed it. Okay, that brought us to the Dallas game, and this was vintage, classic, virtuoso by your man Luka, Baby Bird, as you call him.
Right? Luka's been off the chain the last 10, 15 ball games.
He made LeBron look silly because LeBron and the Lakers had a 6-point lead at the Crypt in their building with 7 minutes to go.
Right, Skip, that's nothing.
And 6-point lead?
No.
And you can't close that if you're LeBron,
first of all, Skip,
James?
How many times have we seen teams have 20-point leads and they blow those? The Clippers have come back 4 times from 20.
Your Lakers got outscored 15-4 down the stretch.
Yeah.
And here's what LeBron did if we could see this. LeBron starts it off with 5:11 left with a turnover, and they are up 1 at this point.
How we go from Golden State to Clippers?
Because we were on vacation. I want to show everybody this is what's been happening. That's a LeBron turnover and a dunk. That's what Phil Jackson called a compound F-up. And then here's LeBron. He misses a deep 3.
That was in and out.
Okay, and then here we go again. He misses the little elbow jump shot, the little fadeaway. And then we got another lost ball. Lucas stole this one on another huge turnover, and then we end up with an air ball 3.
Yeah,
that's LeBron closing that game against Dallas that was begging to be won. They're up 6 with 7 minutes. I just showed you what he didn't do down the stretch. That was just a couple of games back.
So let me get it straight. Up 6 points with 7 minutes left to go.
You're LeBron James. You're at home. It's your building.
Did we just watch KD yesterday? Did you watch KD?
We're talking about LeBron.
We was on vacation, so I need to break it in.
KD just came back from a sprained knee for his second game. Scored 31 in the first game, 37 in the second game.
What happened to both games?
Okay, well, he doesn't have Ben Simmons. Right?
Now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's change the subject, shall we? And meanwhile, what did Luka do to both Melo and LeBron? 2 guys in year 19.
Yes.
Right? Could we see the Luka shots that won this game?
Oh, now you like Luka.
Well, I'm just showing you what he did. I don't like him. This is on Melo. That's just a joke, a little 13-foot fall away. Then he gets the switch on to LeBron. He says, "Thank you very much, LeBron."
Ain't nothing you can do about that. How many times have we seen LeBron hit that shot over people?
LeBron, stay in that chair, stay down, stay down. He just runs into him, goes right by him, and makes another little floater.
That's Luka.
That was game over right there. Those
Luka.
3 shots, that was game over.
Yeah.
So you were owed a 56-point performance against a bad team that came to the crypt reeling off 4 straight losses.
But here's the thing, Skip. If Luka had what? Luka had, I think, 25, 26 points, but it took him 20 shots to get that. You can live with that. But Luka played outstanding the last 2-3 minutes of the ball game. He did what a great player should do. He finished it off. But all that being said, we went to the Clippers. We went to the Dallas Mavericks. On Saturday night, that is the greatest performance by somebody 35 or older in NBA history. The efficiency in which he did what he did, the degree of difficulty. Skip, like, come on, you'll see these guys. Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson was a lottery pick. That's finally signed. He signed 3 or 4 10-day contracts this year. Avery Bradley was on the street. Malik Monk, one team wanted Malik Monk. That's what LeBron is working with. They got DJ Augustine, Kent Bazemore. Come on, Skip. You make it seem like the man playing with Chris Middleton, Holiday. Now, yeah, you saw what happened with Giannis. Giannis is in foul trouble, playing bad. Chris Middleton, Holiday say, "We got you, bro. We got you. We got this. One give you, guy give you 4." Okay, you think you got 2 other players on the Lakers that can give you 16 and 14 like Middleton and Holiday gave you yesterday?
Your team is 7 games below 500.
Yes!
7 below with LeBron James?
Skip, they're a bad basketball team.
Interesting.
They're a bad basketball team.
Would you believe that LeBron ranks 92nd of 153 three-point shooters? Think about that, 92nd. And you're over there crowing about his three-point shooting?
Skip, look at that.
Rare,
Skip,
hot hand.
how about this here? What if I told you that LeBron James is averaging more points, rebounds, assists, steals, block shots, has a high PER and field goal percentage than the best player in the NBA? What if I told you?
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.